2, 3. Alright friends, how's it going? Plan FOMO here. In today's video, I'll do a quick market update and share my trading plan on ETH BTC for the upcoming weeks. That will be my game plan in the near future, and every single time, for those who are following me, you already know that whenever I see important data on the charts, my job is to share with you. So smash a like and subscribe to the channel. It costs you absolutely nothing. And without wasting anyone's time here, let's jump straight into your charts because I have some good news and bad news. On the left side, we have Ethereum. On the right side, we have Bitcoin charts, both of them on the daily time frame. We're gonna start talking about Ethereum because, sorry, this is my priority. And at the bottom, on both of them in the same order, we have a futures market data that I'm going to show that everything is perfectly aligns with my original technical analysis. So right, Ethereum charts, daily time frame, and the good news are, as I mentioned you in my Discord, that I'm eager to see, and I would be like super happy if we can start bouncing back up, and because I want to see where could be our lower low. So that's what happened. We bounced back up, and after connecting all of those touch points at the bottom and at the top, I can see the whole different roadmap, and there's like no uncertainty left, in my opinion, that I can see clearly where the Ethereum is heading, and I can start, let's just say, positioning myself where I can buy another sell short position or where I can build another buy long position. So I can see the whole different and cleaner roadmap on Ethereum, and this is my game plan. That I believe that Ethereum, look how everything is perfectly aligned here. The mid-range of this descending channel, a descending trend line, and the supply from our swing highs and lows, and if you can use like all of those Fibonacci levels, everything is perfectly aligned here in the middle. So my take, I believe that Ethereum has a chance. And well, Ethereum, first of all, it has to be strong enough to retest this supply. And after getting rejected once again, where the potential bottom could be. This is where it comes the futures market data. And in the futures market, for those who don't know, every single time we're creating those gaps, price likes to go and retest those price levels where the gap sits at. We created this gap, retested. We created this gap, retested. Of course, a small one, but whatever. If you're going to go by yourself in the futures market, you can see clearly that every single time we're creating those gaps, we're filling, the price goes inside, retest, and then another movement in any direction, I mean, based on the supply and demand. Once again, a wide gap, one way or another, we retest it and price fill that gap. Another, of course, rally to the upside. Gap, retested, gap. We didn't, of course, retest that. Gap, retested. Every single time, price goes inside the gap, retest those levels, and then we can see clearly that we can, I mean, like either we're going to start bouncing back up based on the supply and demand or support and resistance. And right now, we can see this gap that sits at approximately 2,900 or 2,800-ish per one Ethereum. So everything is perfectly aligned with my original technical analysis. Sorry for using those 4 windows on my trading view, but I want to see everything in one place, Bitcoin and of course Ethereum, all the futures market and the original technical analysis. From my swing lows to highs, this is the place where the Fibonacci's, the premium zone sits at, that I like to trade those premium zones. Whenever we're reaching those premium zones, I like to build my buy long position or in other directions, so short position, and everything is perfectly aligned at $2,800 and $900 per Ethereum. This demand, this futures market gap, let's just say Fibonacci, all the Fibonacci's sits at the bottom here, and also 2,800 is a strong psychological number. So my take is, I'm calling out that Ethereum is going to reach 2,800, so I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. And yeah, after seeing a bounce back up, we need to see some kind of break of structure, because I want to see more touch points at the bottom, more data, because we're probably printing a potential falling wedge pattern, as same as we did back in like what, 6 months ago, 8 months ago on Bitcoin. We're printing an exactly same market structure. And if we're going to break up structure on this at the bottom of this falling wedge pattern, I assume that Ethereum has a power to break the whole structure. And after breaking this descending trend, we have a chance to retest at least $4,000. This is my bullish scenario. Of course, the bearish and for the let's just say, of course, 2016, the 4-year cycle, it doesn't matter actually. I mean, I don't care about 4-year cycle. I'm going to try to read the data that is like in front of me. I just cannot ignore it. And yes, maybe then after some kind of rejection, another all-time highs, who knows? But still trying to navigate myself based on this original technical analysis and CME gaps on the futures market. So everything is perfectly aligned, but right now my original plan, I mean, the first would be that to retest this supply zone, mid-range descending trend, and another rejection after retesting those approximately what, 3,500, 3,600, also around psychological number, and another drop, another lower low to be printed. And of course, at the bottom here, after we're gonna print a lower low, I want to see this type of movement, a higher low that could identify us that we're planning. I mean, the Ethereum is trying to shift from a bearish into the bullish market structure. I'm not gonna trade Bitcoin the same way. I can only read it because, well, sorry for that, Ethereum charts looks way more cleaner right now, but Bitcoin has the same, I mean, same gap on the futures market as the Ethereum has. But the Ethereum, I mean, Bitcoin's has at approximately $92,000 per Bitcoin. So I'm assuming that Bitcoin could retest somewhere at this supply and get rejected once again, breaking the whole structure, then retesting that key level, and a retest of this $92,000 per Bitcoin. So that would be my educated guess on Bitcoin and ETH, and this is my game plan. I'm not gonna analyze Solana, the third big boy in this crypto market, because Solana is printing exactly the same thing as Ethereum. Exactly the same thing. If you can go by yourself and watch it, it looks pretty much the same. So yeah, this is my game plan. Once again, if Ethereum starts dropping from here because I'm planning to trade it, I'm not taking any short sell positions. The highest probability having short sell position, as I mentioned you in my Discord, is at approximately here. A nice retest, a logical and one that we can fill inside. I mean, fill this supply gap. This is the highest probability having trade, short sell trade. So I'm not going to open sell short position from here, only from here. And buy long at the bottom here, not somewhere in the middle. So the trading environment is still not there. I'm waiting for the price to retest those levels that I analyzed, and I trust in those levels. If I'm going to be wrong about this, and Ethereum for some reason, and there's going to be like an extremely bullish news, or the whole sentiments are going to shift dramatically, like today or tomorrow, because we have important news on Friday. So we're going to break this descending trend sooner. We're going to flip from this descending trend, and from the mid-range, we're going to flip to the upside, and another rally to retest the top of this channel. So there are two scenarios, but right now at the current moment we can see clearly that we are in the downtrend, and I have to position myself in the way that I see the market at the current moment. So that is my take. I believe that Ethereum has a very high probability to retest $2,800 or $900 per one coin, and the Bitcoin is sitting also, everything is perfectly aligned here on the Bitcoin. If I can show you that from our completely lows to our highs, Fibonacci levels, also premium zone, sits perfectly at this demand, at this impulsive movement, alongside with the gap, alongside with this CME gap. So take it or leave it. I'm trading in that direction. That is a quick market update, and yeah, peace out.